Crossroads care is a special sort of care, and Crossroads really does care. So pass it on.
Everyone has been telling us that we need to do more marketing, that we need to refresh the Crossroads brand, that we need to build Crossroads' reputation with a much wider audience, and finally that we need to make Crossroads famous.
But how? Just 3 things. First, it comes right back to where we started with Tesco and Virgin and Macmillan. You have the quality. You are the leaders in your field. You have the advantage of being a charity, unlike many of your competitors. You just have to get the messages across. Second, the best way to do this is simply pass it on. You have 5,500 employees up and down the country, 35,000 carers you support, at least 35,000 people they support. All of them have families and friends, doctors, district nurses, social workers, local authorities. All of them are asked to recommend care providers. Word-of-mouth communication is far more powerful than advertising, and it's free. And third, you need to stand out from the crowd, look different, look fresh and modern, look and sound like the leaders you are. And one other thing, keep it simple. If people are to pass the messages on, they need to be very short, very simple, and very memorable. In your survey, most of you did not want to drop the Crossroads name. It may not be very well known, but it's very well trusted and admired. But did you know that Crossroads actually provides more care hours than any other care provider in the UK? If anyone can own care, then Crossroads can. That's why Crossroads should change its name just a little to Crossroads Care. After all, it's what you do better than anyone else. It's what your customers do. Remember what we just said, Crossroads Care is a special sort of care. Memorable slogans are also important to the identity of leading brands. If you call yourselves Crossroads Care, then you still have room for a slogan. Something that says a bit more than what you do, something that says how you're different. The people carers turn to. Crossroads Care are the people carers turn to. It says who you are, what you do, and why people should choose you. And the word turn gives a logic to the Crossroads name. And if you want to look and feel like a leader, then you need to say it with conviction, with passion. Crossroads Care. You really do care. It's a special sort of care. And if you want to get your messages across in a simple, different, and powerful way, then you let your logo and its slogan do the talking, along with 8 key messages that we can use where they're most appropriate to the different types of care we provide. Crossroads Care are the people carers turn to. Crossroads Care for people, not profit. Crossroads Care about relieving carer stress. Crossroads Care about your quality of life. Crossroads Care for your peace of mind. Crossroads Care for young carers. Crossroads Care for carers and the people they support. Crossroads Care for anyone, anywhere. And as logos are seldom seen on their own, this is how it will look on letterhead and business cards, in press advertising, on the website, on a tabard, on promotional items, and of course in Welsh. And this is how it will stand out in a crowd. Now, you may be saying, but they've made Crossroads into 2 words. They haven't. They've made Crossroads Care into 1 word and stacked each element vertically. Why? Well, to help people call you Crossroads Care, not just Crossroads. And simply to be different, to stand out. If the logo looks predictable, it's less likely to stand out. And the way it is makes it easy to transform the logo into the 8 key messages we most want to get across. Simple, fresh, different, modern, confident, and all about care. Is it right? Well, from focus groups, your customers seem to think so. And among the schemes that have seen it, most of them approve.
So that's, to me, far better than anything on the floor. Far better. Maybe that includes the Macmillan one. I think it's the ability to do that and more, because you can take it into wherever you want to take it. You know what I'm saying? You can enlarge on it, can't you? Does everyone think that's fair point?
Yeah. Really clinched it for me on the logo and the branding was looking at some research footage that was done earlier, where a group of carers were looking at the logo and the brand, and they selected this particular one in quite considerable numbers as being the one that best conveyed the message. That clinched it for me and sold me on that as being the right one to do, because after all, they're the people that we're selling our services to.
It actually says what we do, whereas before Crossroads doesn't really depict what we do. So Crossroads Care tells everybody exactly what we do.
I think it's very modern and it's very strong and it's consistent, and that's what Crossroads needs in order to be better known.
Very straightforward. I absolutely love it.
I think the name is really simple and it says what we do, we care.
What's really impressed me about this new work is that it's come from the grassroots. It's come from staff and it's come from the carers, and I think that's one of the most important things. We need to reach out. We're not only a quality employer, but we're a quality provider of services.
New logo that says Crossroads Care are the people that carers turn to. I think that says it all, and it explains to people what it is we're trying to do.
I really wondered how it's taken us so long to name ourselves Crossroads Care, because care is what we're all about. And Crossroads didn't tell us anything really about what we were trying to do and trying to achieve.
I think it's sensitive, but it's simple, clear and powerful, and it's very flexible in how it can be used.
It's really fresh, it's really engaging. It shows that we're confident, that we're bold, and at the same time it allows us to be flexible.
Un o'r prif nodweddion y logo newydd ydy'r ffaith bod ni'n gweithio dros Lloegr a Chymru, bod yna gydnabyddiaeth, bod Cymru gyda'i iaith a'i diwylliant a sicr ei drefn llywodraethol ei hun, ac mae'n bwysig iawn bod ni'n cydnabod hynny.
I must admit I was quite surprised that the word Crossroads had been split into cross and then roads was underneath in care, but I did like it actually. I think it brings Crossroads right up to date.
And I also like that we've got different bits that we can put with it for different parts of our marketing.
It makes us look much more modern, which is where we are really, because we're leading everybody and we're one of the leaders in care, so it kind of reflects what we are and how we think.
When put against some of the other leading charities and their logos, it stands out so much better than it did before.
We are one of the brand leaders within the social care provider market, and the new brand, the new logo, actually demonstrates that we are going to stand out from the crowd.
Very clearly demonstrates the issues and the glue that binds us together as an association in a very clear way, but also demonstrates the breadth of work that we engage in.
It enables us to incorporate all the different facets of Crossroads that make us what we are.
Not everyone will like it, but we hope they'll soon come to love it. And it will make people pay attention to what you have to say. Crossroads Care, the people carers turn to. Pass it on.
Now is the time that we embrace that change, and we use a new brand to support that. And at every opportunity we show the brand, we enforce the brand, and it shows people who we are.
I think it's really important that everybody signs up and takes on the idea of a new brand to try and pull the work that everybody does together and to then show to the actual general public where we stand and what it is we're trying to do and say.
We perceive everybody who has something to do with Crossroads as a potential ambassador, whether they're trustees, board members, staff members, volunteers, carers, people being cared for, or people who just know about it. We see them all as being people who can help to pass on the message of Crossroads.
Crossroads